Yes, we are back, and we're having fun talking about martial arts with one of the best, John Keefe, who has now a school in Wolfboro, New Hampshire, and you can visit his website, johnkeefema.com, right?
Yes.
And John has been all over the world. He's trained hundreds, if not thousands, of people, young and older, and he continues to love what he does, and he continues to educate himself, which is really cool. And we have callers coming in all over, so let's do that.
Great,
Okay?
yeah.
Our next call is from Steve in Seattle. And Stephen in Seattle, welcome to Boston, and you're on WBZ with me, Jordan, and my guest, John Keefe.
Well, hi, John. This is Stephen.
It must be Stephen Agnew,
It is
my old
indeed.
student's father.
Oh,
Yeah.
you've got a connection here. Good,
So
good, man.
I thought I'd call in and talk about the lifelong friendships that are a result of martial arts. So, I don't know, it's probably about 22 years ago. My son came home one day riding his bicycle saying he found a martial arts school near our house in Melrose, Massachusetts, when John had his dojo in Melrose for a few years. And he started with him and worked up through the belts, as it might be. And, here it is, 22 years later or something, and John's still a good friend of ours, even if he lives on the other side of the country, so.
Well, that's something from teaching. And one thing I like to say is when teachers in school have students, the student leaves to the next year, and they don't really have maybe that teacher they really liked, and they go on to the next year, and they change teachers all the time.
Right.
I have the same student for years and years, and you really do build up a bond with the students tonight I went to dinner with a student that I haven't seen in 10 years.
Isn't that nice?
And
Wow.
so it is a different aspect that you really do bond with the students, young and old. I have friends that are, 15, 20 years old to 65 years old.
Let me ask you,
Even
Steve in
tough.
Seattle, what's your son doing now? Does he still practice at all, or what?
He doesn't, no.
Okay.
No, actually, we probably talk to John more than he does, but, it was, like a lot of young kids play baseball in Little League and don't go on to become,
sure.
Professional baseball players, but it was part of his education at that time in a very positive way. And Colin was a little unique because he didn't seem to be very interested in team sports. So in his particular case, he seemed to excel in things that he did well in swimming, where he swam against the clock, and he seemed to do well in martial arts, where, as I say, it was a non-team sport, but it worked well for him for
That
his
is another
age.
part of martial arts that I think is not unique, but it's a great difference compared to, like you said, the team sports. You really, when you do something and you accomplish it, it's really from you doing it. If you're playing tennis or golf, it can be another example where when you compete in a tournament or something, and you won, you did, not your group. Which the team sports are great, and every kid should be involved in it. But it's also good to do something of your own to be a great chess player.
It inspires confidence, self-esteem,
Right,
and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, just to be.
I think it's lacking sometimes a lot
Part
of
of it.
with the team sports,
Sure.
which is great. I think playing an instrument is another thing. That's something they can accomplish themselves.
Right. But not everyone has to go the competitive route either. There's a lot of people just do it.
Well, that's like I said, even music, just the art part of it.
Sure.
To say, I did this, I accomplished this myself.
Well, Steve, it's so nice of you to call in from all the way around the country, and we really appreciate that, and I'm sure John appreciates it most of all.
Take care, Steve. Nice talking to you.
All right, man.